is our last program of the year. I'm going to do what I normally do, play things that I like. Well, I've been doing it every day this year. Why would I change?
She grew up with the children of the stars in the Hollywood Hills and the Boulevard. Her parents threw big parties. Everyone was there. They hung out with folks like Dennis Hopper and Bob Seger and Sonny and Cher. But she feels safe now in this barroom in Fairfax. And from the stage I can tell that she can't let go and she can't relax. And just before she hangs her head to cry, I sing to her a lullaby. I sing, everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. She still lives with her mom outside the city, down that street about a half a mile. And all her friends tell her she's so pretty, but she'd be a whole lot prettier if she smiled once in a while. 'Cause even her smile looks like a frown. She's seen her share of devils in this angel town. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. I ain't so sure about this place. It's hard to play a gig in this town, keep a straight face. It seems like everybody's got a plan. It's kinda like Nashville with a tan. But everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye.
What a great song. That's from a more or less forgotten singer-songwriter called Sean Mullins, SHAWN-MULLINS. That's called Lullaby. That was a hit a few years back from an album called Soul's Core. I haven't heard. Have you heard anything of him since?
No, but it's
not an opener.
It's not an opener.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's not an opener.
It's an opener for me.
It's not an opener.
Do you know why? I've decided to do today exactly what I want to do.
You've been
is
doing
the same
that,
as every
yes.
day of the year. No, but because it's the last day of the year. This is our last program. I want to leave people with a lasting impression of the quality of this program.
Well, you shouldn't have started with that.
You see, the point is that the people don't know what to expect.
I'm not criticising the song.
No, you would probably expect with you'd probably start with, what do you call that Van Morrison thing? Dark Side of the Road. What do you call it?
Bright Side of the Road.
Bright...
Yes, Dark Side of the Road.
Close.
Yes.
It's just I've got a dark point of view.
Yes.
Bright Side of the Road. That's what you would have started
Yes.
with. Everybody starts with that. Everybody starts with that.
Would you realise there's people sitting in the house now, they're starting the morning, maybe having a cup of tea, a cup of coffee or something like that, just sitting there and they're drowsy and they're a bit
They
down.
shouldn't be drowsy. I'm not drowsy.
And
I'm
people
not
lying
down.
in bed listening to this programme.
They shouldn't be in bed. They should be up like me.
They don't want that.
I don't care what they want because this is my last day and I'm going to do whatever I want. The last day, I mean. Can you imagine if I said that sometime?
Oh, by the way.
Last day of the year, I mean.
I want to say.
What?
Here and now.
Did you watch? Yeah, I know what
Yes.
you're going to say. You watched Great Expectations last night and you
Yes.
want to take it all back.
Yes.
Of course you do.
I want to take it back, but I think I was right. I think the episode that I didn't watch, I think I was right not to watch the second because that was the lovey-dovey stuff.
Now, the second one is the one that sets up the whole, makes sense of the first one and sets up the last one.
Well, you see.
It's what's called the middle of the book.
Yeah.
The middle of the book always dips a bit.
Yeah.
Big start, big finish. Dip in the middle.
But it was very good.
Oh, it was great.
Really
It was great.
It was,
Great.
That's good is wrong. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Good is wrong.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Bad is good. Good is
It was very good. But then, did you watch?
It just goes to show you the inferiority of Downtown Abbey.
Yes.
I'm not saying this because I'm a BBC employee, because I'm not even that.
No.
I'm not a BBC person. I'm just a guy that comes in every now and again. But, I have no reason to support the BBC. But, what I have to say is this. That Downtown Abbey, everybody swears, but it's no good because it's not real. Downtown Abbey is not real. It's just crap. It's like Coronation Street. It's like EastEnders. It's just EastEnders with good clothes on. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. And remember this, it's not real. It's not a reflection of the way life used to be. It's wrong. It's entertainment. But Great Expectations is a Dickensian view of the way life was in the latter end of the 19th century. And that's the way it was.
Well, did you, by any chance, churn over to?
I didn't churn over at all, no.
I didn't say churn.
You said churn over?
I did not.
Yes. You meant Chernobyl.
No, I did not. Yeah. Turnover, I said.
Okay, all right.
All right, then. Did you turn over or churn over to Dorian Gray?
No.
Well, my wife was watching it, and I left the room, of course. But I was watching.
Where did you go?
I was watching.
Afterwards, did you go into the kitchen?
I went into the other wee room too
what are
because
you
there's a
doing
program. There's another program I wanted to see.
Oh, you know that you have two TVs?
Right. I went in to see that.
Two TV house.
Did you watch the story of Frank O'Farrell?
No.
That was great.
Footballer?
I would
Football
recommend
manager?
any football fan, particularly any Manchester United fan. It was on RT, maybe you don't get it, but if it was onto the BBC or ITV, watch it. It's a great documentary. Very, very good documentary. But anyway, the Dorian Gray thing was a period piece as well too, and it was awful. Well, after watching Great Expectations, and then you go over to Dorian Gray. And
Can't watch anything else.
Look at that there. It's awful. It's so cheap.
Cheap and crap.
Yeah. But you were right. It was great.
Thank
I
you
felt like clapping when it was over.
You see, that's the mark of a good show.
Yeah.
Nigel Porter says, hope you have a very nice Christmas. I want to take this opportunity, he says, to wish you a very happy new year. But I hope you have more success with your TV shows and your books, etc. The reason I'm saying this is because I know it will annoy Sean immensely. Because yesterday I rang the show to wish you a happy new year and to say that I think you look a bit like Manchester City football manager Roberto Mancini, who's a cool-looking guy. But as usual, Sean never passed on the compliment, and neither you did. You didn't. But there you go.
It was Therese that took that.
Well, she never passed it on.
Well, it's nothing to do with me.
That would have cheered me up.
It's nothing to do with me.
That would have made me feel better.
But more people than enough say that.
I know, but why do you not tell me that? But there
you
go.
don't want to look like the Manchester City manager.
How do you know? Let me decide who I want to look like. But there you go. I would never insinuate that you're a liar the way he does. Anyway, the money is all gone now, all the Christmas money, and everybody is hammered. Now's the time to take down the Christmas decorations and do the big clean-up, which I like to do because the house feels all new again. A lot of people like that. They like taking down the Christmas decorations because they feel as if they got their house back again.
Yeah. Your friend...
Do you know what happened to me last night?
No.
I had so many decorations, everything on it. My electricity blew. I was sitting in the dark last night. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know it.
It's in the dark all night.
All night?
No heating or nothing. Look at the state of me today. I do like pale today.
You do?
Get a man round today to fix it.
Your friend Margaret Keys.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She would like to hear "In the Arms of an Angel."
Would she?
And she would like it played for her aunt who is ill in hospital.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Have I got that?
Well, I don't know. You play it.
I have it, haven't I?
Yes.
I don't have it with me, though.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know. If I had a staff, I could ask them to maybe get it, but I don't have a staff. There's nobody
We've no
working
one
on it.
today, by the way. The Undertone's gone today as well.
I know he is here.
No.
He's probably away undertoning, making loads of money. And so what about the girl from Cushendun? What about her?
Well, I wouldn't like to send her to your desk. Maybe too much for her.
I never know which we might find.
No.
Well, maybe.
No,
would she go up? Would she?
No.
Because we want to do what we can for Margaret.
Well,
Because we like Margaret.
well, here's a suggestion.
Why don't you do something constructive?
No. Why don't you?
Of course not.
Why don't you look for it at 11 o'clock when the news is on?
Yeah, no, here's an idea. I'm the presenter of the programme. I'm supposed to be here at all time.
Yeah.
Why don't you look for it?
Why don't you put on a big Last Me Long song,
And run upstairs and
run
look for it?
upstairs and rummage through your desk?
I can't do that. Because I don't know where it is. It's difficult for me.
Well, if you don't know where it is, what's the point of a stranger going?
A stranger. Well, that's what you are, strangers, really, basically.
Well, anyone who goes to your desk is
Would
a
you think
stranger
Margaret
to
will
your
accept?
desk.
Do you think Margaret will accept something else?
It all depends what you would call
Something else?
You see, it's the substitute that's the problem.
Well, see, I've had a lot of requests today, and I am playing a wide variety of music, so I'll try and pick something appropriate and play it for Margaret later on, of course, because I hadn't time to run upstairs and rummage through my desk and look for stuff, particularly in the last show of the year, which I regard as precious.
There's a song there waiting for you to play today that was requested yesterday. And it's 6 minutes long, which would give you time to...
What is that song?
It's there in your wee machine. I put it there this morning.
You put it there?
Yes.
Oh, there's a little thing. Put the Mark Knopfler Speedway.
Mark Knopfler.
You put that there, did you?
Yeah.
You put that there?
Yeah.
What did you put that there for? You never put things there before.
Because you were asked for it yesterday.
You mean you actually did something that I asked you to do? I didn't ask you to do it. Of course, if I'd asked you to do it, you wouldn't have done it.
You did
But
yesterday.
I asked you to do it, and you did it. Look, it's sitting there. Look, I think I might take it home and cherish it.
But you could play that.
No.
It's 6 minutes long.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go upstairs and rummage through my desk. I'm
Why
not
not?
going to do that because
I'll tell you, why not?
I don't know where anything is.
Well, I'll tell you what you can do. Here's an idea. Here's another idea.
What?
Why don't you wait for the 11 o'clock news? Have that ready. Have that in the bridge.
no, I'm not going
Mark
to do
Knopfler.
that. No, I'm not
And
gonna
while
do
you're
that.
rummaging, and if you're not back in time, Ken could get Mark Knopfler to play.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Put Ken in charge.
A very happy New Year to you both. Would you please wish a happy New Year to Mavis and Andy Todd from Ballyclare, also not forgetting Wee T the cat. That's from Hill and Bill and Karen Money. Many greetings. Many greetings are flowing in.
Shawneen
Yes.
from Grimsport
Uh-huh.
thinks, what do you hear this?
Yes.
Thinks, well, you and Roberto Mancini,
Yeah.
the Manchester City manager,
Yes.
and another man look alike.
Jose Mourinho.
You're now a trio.
Jose Mourinho.
No.
Who?
Guess who that other man is? This man is known to you and would be a loosely regarded friend of yours.
Fergal Sharkey.
No.
I've often been mistaken
No.
for Fergal Sharkey. I
Right,
don't know
so
why.
there's Gerry Anderson, Roberto Mancini,
And?
and who? Come on.
Go on, tell me.
No, I want you to guess.
Jimmy Cricket.
No.
Come
no,
here,
No,
there's
no.
more.
This man is in the in entertainment.
In entertainment.
Presently
Is he a man
today.
from Northern Ireland?
No.
He's a man from the mainland.
No.
American.
No.
French.
No, you're getting this.
Swiss.
No.
Where's he from? Is he a man from... Is he a Scottish person?
No.
Welsh.
No.
Scilly Isles.
No.
Isle of Man.
No.
From Northern Ireland?
No.
South of Ireland?
Yes.
Ah, thanks. The South of Ireland?
Yes.
Is he a singer?
Yes.
Dickie Rock.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
No, do you know why I said that?
Why?
Somebody said that to me before.
Yeah, that's it.
These people.
And she's right.
We're going to do a little
I hate these people when they say things like that. Why don't you say I look like Mick Jagger? That's him now. This is one of the songs I got many requests for. It's a mashup. I'm going to continue to play those in the new year. Many of you people will be sorry to hear. This is the Temptations and the Rolling Stones. I think this is wonderful.
And I bought a tooth for a tooth, both for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on.
listen. Evolution, revolution, gun control the sound of soul. Shooting rockets to the moon, kids growing up too soon. Politicians say more taxes will solve everything. Fear in the air, tension everywhere. Unemployment rising fast, the Beatles lose records of gas. And the only safe place to live is on an Indian reservation. And the band plays on. Eve of destruction, tax deductions. City inspectors still collect the song clothes in the mail. Population out of hand. Suicide, too many bills. Hippies moving to the hills. People all over the world are shouting in the war. And the band plays
Oh, we're getting feedback already to the show. Sorry, that's the Temptations. It's a mashup. A mashup. It's a combination of lots of things. Sometimes I don't tell people enough about these things. I'll tell you about this one. Yeah, I do, because sometimes I don't. I need a piece of paper for this. It is Rolling Confusion, it's called. The Rolling Stones, A Street Fighting Man. Also a bit of Gimme Shelter. Also drums from a track called Slave. And also interwoven with a track, one of the Temptations tracks called Ball of Confusion. What was their other one?
Who?
Ball of Confusion, Temptations. Remember. Do you know something? I'm going to tell you. Can I give away something about myself?
Yeah.
You know, yesterday was a very big moment for me. Joel was very impressed by it, the fellow who was on before.
Right.
Of your interviewing technique yesterday. The stuff you got out of me. You know, nobody could do that. And I congratulate you. Not
you.
really. I think
Well,
you...
there's a man here congratulating you.
Really?
It says, Gerry, the radio program last night was fantastic.
I wonder what it was.
I don't know.
Let's
It
try and
cheered
find
me up so much. I
Was
hope
it our
it's
New York
on
Marathon
again. Happy New Year to me
Oh,
and
I'm
you.
sorry, of
Keep
course.
up the great work. Sparky in Ballycastle.
No, of course, that was the James Ellis tribute at 80, wasn't
Ah,
it? Yeah, it was, yeah.
I forgot all about that.
You don't care what I do.
Why did you not remind me?
I did remind you yesterday, and you never made a note. I may as well be sitting naked as far as you're concerned.
But how do you...
You never notice anything I do as Sarah Ware?
What time is that on it?
I don't know.
I missed that.
You see, it was a very good program. It's available on iPlayer, of course, but you would never bother with that. It's available for a week. It's called Jimmy Ellis at 80. It's a great, great program. Not that I have anything to do with it. He was wonderful because he talked to me. What an intellectual man. Not that that was part of the not that that was an integral part of the program, but he's a more of an intellectual than people realise. They think he's just Bert out of Z-Cars. You know, he's far more.
No,
than
he's
that.
He is great. But sure, we've been...
Do you know the way you are, exactly what you seem?
Yeah.
And that I am exactly what I seem? He's not what he
He's
seems.
not.
No, he's
but,
got,
but we always spotted that.
we always knew
said
that. Yeah, we always knew that neither of us had any depth.
But we always wanted a program, a television program. That's as close as you got, and I applaud you for that, for going over to him and interviewing him.
Oh, it was great.
But
I talked to him for 5 hours.
I
you know.
mean, wherever we were saying a few years back, there should be a special night on television, a tribute night to Jimmy Ellis.
Absolutely,
And
because
all those
he-
people brought back the Liam Neesons and the Jimmy Nesbitts and all those people
Yeah.
brought on to this is your life. you
Yeah,
know,
because
to
he
tribute.
was reluctant to talk about it, but I tried to talk to him about it. But he was the father figure for all the guys from here who went to England. What happened? People like Jimmy Nesbitt and Liam Neeson, all those people who went over.
Yes.
And you know, it's a tough world over there. And Jimmy was known, and Jimmy would take them under his wing and look after them, advise them, do all kinds of things, and generally guide their careers. And all those guys, you probably wouldn't have heard of Jimmy Nesbitt if it hadn't been for.
But Jimmy
Ellis.
Nesbitt speaks glowingly
Oh, they all do.
They all do.
They all do.
Jimmy Nesbitt in particular, because we've talked to him about him.
That's
you know,
right.
And,
Yeah.
and people are only too willing to do something.
If it wasn't for Jimmy Ellis, Jimmy Nesbitt wouldn't be a dwarf now. You know, think about it.
A dwarf?
You don't get that, do you?
No.
Where is he now?
Who?
Jimmy Ellis. I mean, sorry, Jimmy Nesbitt.
Jimmy Nesbitt.
He's in New Zealand. He has been for the last year. Filming,
Tarzan.
not Tarzan, The Hobbit.
What's that?
What's The Hobbit? You see, there's no point in talking to him.
No.
He's playing a part of a dwarf.
That's it.
It's a big, big, huge thing. Bilbo Baggins, played by Martin Freeman, and, of course, Jimmy is one of the dwarfs. Good morning, Gerry. I love listening to your show. Informative, good tunes, and very funny. And considering the often disruptive and unhelpful comments you get from your backroom staff, I really am in awe of how you hold it all together. You know, so am I. Gerry, I was in a friend's house over Christmas and I was listening to a local talent, Emma Reid. I particularly enjoyed her song Dreams. It reminded me of new beginnings and we're entering a new year. I was wondering, could you play it for me and your listeners? Thanks, Gerry. Well, I will. Hope you enjoy the rest of the festive season and wishing you a happy new year. Well, I will. May not play it today, but certainly next week. And also, John McMenamin, who writes this for this programme on a regular basis, says, Happy New Year to all the whingers and whiners about the songs you've played. Happy New Year to the losers of dogs, cats, parrots and llamas. Happy New Year to the absent-minded who phone in to ask the title of a song you played 5 minutes ago while you had already told them. Happy New Year to Mr. Coyle for his obvious disinterest in the show. Happy New Year to the old codgers looking for pieces of old cars, tractors and sewing machines. Happy New Year to Ken, Emma and Janet for keeping the show lit and between the hedges. Happy New Year to old Geordie for taking cooking sherry where no man has taken cooking sherry before. Now,
Would it take you a year to make a film?
Pardon?
Would it take a year to make a film?
Excuse me?
Would it take a year to
Yes.
make a film?
What kind of film?
I don't know. Whatever Jimmy Nesbitt's doing.
Oh, yeah, of course, that's an epic. They're making two, you see. They're making two movies. The prequel
that's-
and a sequel.
A prequel and a
No,
sequel?
that's this the fellow who did Lord of the Rings. I can't remember his name now offhand, Peter somebody. And I don't know what his name is. Found one black and white kitten. It answers to the name of Go Away. What kind of name's that? Also, sorry, I'm looking at some messages here. Gentleman said, last night I went to a well-known restaurant on the Lisburn Road and the menu said you could ask and would be taken to see the steak being aged. Do you know what that is?
No.
Aged steak.
I have no idea.
You know what aged steak
Oh,
is?
yes, I tell you. Look, how many times do I have to say I don't know?
Don't snap at me.
I'm not snapping at you.
Just trying to
I'm
help
not.
here.
Look, okay, you see, you like doing that to me because you're a connoisseur.
I'm not a
Yes, you
connoisseur.
are. Yes, you are.
I'm a Catholic.
You regard yourself as a connoisseur of nice wine.
I didn't. I do not.
Oh, yes, you do.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Do not.
You do.
Do not.
You do. And food. And you keep asking me.
Okay, well, tell me this.
Go on, go on.
Jerry Ryan, God bless.
Mention a wine to me.
Stop it.
Go on, mention a wine to me.
Red.
Tell me the wine that you like.
White.
No, come on.
White.
I hear you order all.
I don't go.
Yes, you do.
I don't do
You
that.
do.
No, I just order things
Come
that I
on.
think might be all right.
What
I'm not
is
a
it?
connoisseur.
Give me your wine. Give me your wine. I'm your waiter now. Yes, sir. Would you like a drink, sir? Would you like a drink?
Give me a bottle of white.
Yes.
A bottle of white, whatever you have.
Come on.
House
I
wine.
hear you saying it.
Give us your cheapest.
I hear you.
Go on, give us your cheapest.
Go on.
I'm not doing it.
I tell me the wine that you like.
I don't like any kind of.
You do
I like
not.
Australian wine.
Yeah, come on. Give me a name.
Ordinary stuff. McGuigan's, that kind of thing. Mondavi.
Actually, I can say McGuigan's. I can order McGuigan's. I can
That's all
order
right.
Rosemount.
That's not being a connoisseur.
No, but I hear you ordering from menus, and you do it, and you look over at me when you order. You say you couldn't do that. I know what you're saying.
I do.
know what you're saying, don't you?
I do, don't I?
Yes, and you say it out loud, and you cross your legs.
Look at him. I don't cross
You
my
do.
legs.
You always cross your legs when you order, and you look over at me and say, "You couldn't
If only
do
you
that."
knew, if only you knew this stuff.
No,
Anyway.
you're hateful.
I am indeed.
Yeah.
The gentleman says,
You talk about food to me. You know I
I
don't
don't-
know.
I- listen.
You know I don't know food.
I don't know food either.
Yes, you do.
And I'm not a connoisseur of wine. And I'm not a gourmet. I'm not a gourmet, nor am I a connoisseur
You are.
of fine wines. I'm not. I just, for God's sake, all
What?
you want is a bottle of stout.
No.
You know, how can I be any worse than you? Anyway, I had Gerry Ryan, God rest him. he wrote a book, his autobiography, right? And I skimmed through it, and I came across a part where he talked about his sommelier.
Right.
I had to look it up in the dictionary.
What is it?
A person who advises you on wine.
You see?
He had a personal sommelier. A sommelier. He had a personal sommelier. He employed him to actually, advise him on what wines to drink and buy.
Right.
Do I do that? It's just the money they're making down there. Yeah. That's RTE. Criminal. Anyway, a well-known restaurant in Lisbon Road, and the aged steak stage has been hanging there for a while.
Sure, I could have worked that out.
Why didn't you?
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
This was called a bin off.
No. Is it the steak that hangs there, or is it the big lump of meat?
Venison you're talking about.
No. Is it this? No. Do they hang the leg of the cow up, or wherever they get the meat from?
I really don't know.
You see, or is it an individual steak nailed onto
a board?
A board.
I don't know. Anyway, stop.
No.
This person is talking about. He's talking about the people in the restaurant said that you could ask and you could be taken in to see the steak being aged. Right. Now, I've been in this particular restaurant and I thought exactly the same thing.
A Dorian Gray steak.
What does it occur to you, like?
What?
What occurs to this man is the steak on the menu is 21 days old, and they want you to go in and watch it being aged. And he said, I declined the offers. I said, I don't have 3 weeks to spare at the minute.
Excuse me. It says in the menu here that you can watch your steak being aged. I'm getting one of them. What? I'm getting a fillet. 21 days, it says here. It's aged 21 days. Can I see it being aged? Come on in here, sir. All right, then.
There's your steak there, sir, up on the wall.
Okay.
Would you care to watch it any longer?
I'll just watch it another while. Look, it's aging well, isn't it? It's not like Anderson. No, it's not aging well at all. All right. When will it be ready?
The 24th of June, sir.
It's the 11th of June now.
Yeah, come back in 2 weeks' time.
All right, then. Okay. Can I stay for another while?
Stay as long as you like, sir. It says in the menu you can watch your steak being aged.
All right, then. Okay. I'm not in the way here, am I?
If you just stand to the left, sir, and let the waiters past you.
Okay. Do you want to sleep here, sir? Can you put me in my bunk bed? I want to get up in the morning and see it there. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I have other customers.
All right, then. Where you go. I'll just stand here and watch this steak. I might watch it up to the news. Yeah, it's going well, that steak. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'll be back after the news. All right.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
And with the BBC News at 11 o'clock, this is Keith Burnside. The father of the man accused of murdering 2 County Down women in Turkey has been arrested. Marion Graham and Kathy Dinsmore were stabbed to death in August. The father of Recep Çetin, who's suspected of the killings, was taken into custody last night. Bras Kaska is the Turkish lawyer representing the victims' families.
They did the murder together. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I asked from the prosecutor of adult person yesterday to arrest him because this crime were committed together, jointly, not solely by Recep Çetin. So, this is very big news.
The police say they're now treating a fire at a Londonderry GAA club as arson. The blaze started at Sean Dolan's in Craigan in the early hours of Wednesday morning. The Sinn Féin Assembly member Raymond McCartney says he's seen CCTV footage which he says proves the fire was started deliberately. Detectives originally said they believed the fire had started accidentally. A man with a gun has tried to rob a shop on the Greystone Road in Antrim. He walked into the premises last night but left when a member of staff screamed. Nothing was taken. Money has been stolen during a robbery in Omagh. The victims were driving along the main Omagh to Ballygolly Road when another car pulled alongside and signalled for them to stop. When they did, a number of masked men got out of the car and demanded they hand over cash. The victims were left badly shaken. The employers' organisation, the CBI, says the United Kingdom needs to rebalance its economy away from government and household debt. Its chief economic advisor, Ian McCaffrey, says new sources of growth are needed if the economy is to be more resilient. The UK has urged Syria to abide by its pledge to stop the violent repression of anti-government protesters and to allow Arab League monitors in the country to complete freedom. There have been reports of continued violence over the past few days since the monitors began their work. Sport now. Here's Grant Cameron.
Sir Alex Ferguson has dismissed reports that Chris Smalling has glandular fever. Ferguson says the defender will be available to play next week after a bout of tonsillitis. Thierry Henry will join Arsenal on a 2-month loan deal if the necessary insurance paperwork can be processed with the MLS in the United States. The former triple jump Olympic champion Jonathan Edwards says he agrees with Mark Cavendish's call for cyclist David Miller to be allowed to compete at the London Olympics. Miller is currently banned due to a British Olympic Association bylaw which stops drug cheats representing Great Britain. And show jumper Jessica Curtin has finished second in the two-phase competition at the World Cup event in Belgium.
On to the weather, and what can we expect, Barabest?
Temperatures will climb to a mild 11 degrees today as a weather front moves in from the west. That's going to bring a blanket of cloud as well as rain. As the rain moves east during the first part of the day, some of it will be fairly heavy, giving unpleasant conditions, especially as it's still fairly breezy. The heavier rain will clear east this afternoon, but it'll stay fairly grey and damp for the rest of the day.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
There are no reports of any problems or delays on the roads this morning. Looking at public transport, and Christmas holiday timetables are still in place up to and including the 2nd of January. Full details are available online at translink.co.uk, or you can call the contact centre on 90666630. And at Belfast International Airport, the 5 to 11 flight from Geneva has been delayed until 11:30. Eileen Moyna reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On New Year's Eve, On Your Behalf is asking, how loyal are you? Are you loyal in your shopping habits? To your bank or building society? Do you chase loyalty points? And have you changed your gas or electricity provider? Or is it too much trouble? Does it pay to be loyal? I'm Linda McCauley. Join me and my panel of experts on your behalf on Saturday morning at 9:30.
Thank you, Linda. This being the last day of the year, it's important that we do something special. And today, we are privileged to have been chosen by Daniel O'Donnell to address the nation at the end of the year that saw him reach 210. Are you nearly ready?
Well, it's something that I'm not really looking forward to be honest with you, Gerry.
You let me know when you're ready.
All right. It's a milestone in your life, and there's a part of me very sad and a part of me happy.
Which part of you is sad?
Well,
your head? Your left arm?
I think I could have been a better person, Do you
really think so?
I think I could have been, yeah.
Have you regrets?
Well, I have, And now you
I don't expect you to tell me what they
No.
are, but you have them.
All right.
But you can tell me one or two of them, if you don't mind.
Can you tell me something before we continue?
Yes.
Is there someone going to sing?
No.
Oh, that's all right. I was waiting for...
Do you regret the way you've treated any BBC Radio Ulster presenter?
Well, this is something, that you sit back and you think about. And, the people were very good to me, Gerry. They were very, very good to me.
I have been good. Sorry, people have been good.
People have been very good to me. And, there's times when you just sort of wonder, did I treat them right? I have reached out to you on many occasions, and you're like a wee terrier dog. You try and snap at me all the time, and there's times I say to myself, God bless us, Daniel. Is he worth it? Is he worth it? I look back, Gerry, and I think of, well, there's nights that we could have had great fun together.
We could have bonded, we could have been friends.
You would never come out of your room.
You were always too distant. I never thought that you wanted me, to be honest.
And then you went off on a big ship on a big cruise.
Yes.
And apparently you locked yourself in your cabin.
Something happened to me during that cruise. I became withdrawn and out of communication.
But
Something
I
happened to
could have
me.
been there for you.
I know if you'd been there, it would have been different. I would have had a friend. But you see, something horrible happened. Something deep inside happened to me. Something that turned me against the human race as a whole. And I know you could have talked me out of that. But, you know, you weren't there. But then again, I think that if you'd been there, maybe perhaps I could have brought you down with me. So I'm glad in a way you weren't there. Can I ask you, have you any revolutions for the new year?
Well,
do you want to hear mine?
I would like to hear.
I'm never going to run again. I'll never go to the gym again. Because I tried to run and found it wanting. And then I went to the gym and I found that everybody I met in the gym, I didn't like them. So I've become, well, antisocial and unfit. There I was, going on the right road, running marathons. Meeting fit people in gyms, I threw it all away. Because I didn't want it. It wasn't me. What about you?
Well, I've decided I'm never going to eat Brussels sprouts again.
Rightly so. Because I've been in your home.
Do you know, I look at myself, Gerry.
Don't give too much away, please.
No, you know, I look at myself and I was wondering, I'm at this crossroad now in life.
What crossroads is that? Between Annagry and Kincashla?
And you know, I'm 50 years of age. And what is 50, Gerry? It's just a title, it's just a word, it's just a number.
That's the word you're looking for, it's a number.
It's a thing that hangs on you. I mean, what hangs on you, Gerry?
I wouldn't like to say.
Why you had to hide away for so long? Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, here's a place to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, here's a place to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. My name's Billy Joe McKay. Just turned 16 yesterday. I'm gonna get the nerve one day to get out of here. My ma passed on 3 years ago. They said it was cancer and it took her slow. Ever since then I've been saying no to my daddy and my tears. If you come down our road, you gotta watch the bump. Right there across from the garbage dump. You can find me out back, jumping on a trampoline. And in the springtime we'll be skipping school. We'll sneak off to the Cantrell swimming pool. Man, you just can't get much cooler than me and my friend Darlene. My granddaddy's hands are worn from 50 years of growing corn back behind the house where I was born before he had to sell. My cousin Eddie, he got shot in a Walmart parking lot. This little town's changed a lot. He said it hurt like hell. My name's Billy Joe McKay. It's a hot Mississippi summer Saturday. Daddy's on the front porch with Uncle Dave drinking Dixie beer. 16 years of being bored. The window's open, forget the door. Hope there's some gas in the old man's Ford, 'cause I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Ooh, I'm out of here. Hey. Ooh, I'm out of here. Hey. Said I'm out of
That's Sean Mullins. Very rarely you get a CD with two great songs on it, but there's two great ones, The Lullaby and that one. That's called The Ballad of Billy Joe McKay. That album's called Soul's Core, Soulscore. It was out about 10 years ago. A lady writes to me and she said, last night I went out for dinner with 6 men. My husband was one of them, I'm glad to say. I'll not say who the other 5 were because I won't be invited out again by them. Some people don't like me telling you every little detail. Anyway, one of the other 5 men chose a white wine for just him and me to drink. He knows me well enough not to trust me to pick a good one. I always go for the cheapest. Talking about, wine connoisseurs here.
Yeah.
I told them all about the one the other night. We were in another restaurant and I looked at the wine list. The waiter asked me to choose a wine. I said, I'd like that one, please. It took me a couple of seconds to realise that I was pointing at the price. That sounds like you. That's the kind of thing you would do. No, I'm not needling you in any way. But I'm saying, what?
Apparently.
What?
Apparently your Jimmy Ellis programme wasn't on last night.
Was it not?
I don't know.
Well, nobody tells me anything. What was on last night then?
We got called saying it was more or less the best of you.
Was it last night?
I don't know.
See, nobody tells us
Nobody
anything.
tells us
Why don't they tell us when they put these things on and we can alert the listeners?
And what about your friend?
Who friend?
Your friend.
What friend?
What about your friend that's an imposter?
Who's that?
Well, they recognise an imposter.
Roberto Mancini?
No.
Who?
Cheetah. Do you read
Well,
that
they
in the
reckon,
papers?
yeah, I was reading that. No, you see, they reckon that no chimp could reach 80.
Yeah.
But they said that about Walter
but I mean,
Love.
Yes, it's cruel. Walter.
No, I'm not comparing Walter to a chimp. But they said that nobody would believe what age Walter is, and there he is, still there.
But they were saying in the paper yesterday that the average age, or very
60.
old, 45.
Well, 60 at a push.
Yeah.
In the wild, 45. In the
So-
wild, 45, because, you
so
know,
was Cheetah really?
there's the quick and the dead in the wild, you know.
Listen,
if you get slow. And another thing they said too, when a chimp gets to be like 45, it really looks it.
Yeah.
You know, like Gerry Kelly.
You've really been hitful today, aren't you? You've really been hitful.
I know, I don't mean that.
You better apologise.
No,
to
I'm
my
not.
Gerry.
Jerry knows I'm only messing.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Well,
Bernard's been waiting.
Has he?
Yeah, Bernard's been waiting now almost 10 minutes.
That's not a lot by the show standards. Where is he? On one?
He's on one.
Good morning, Bernard. Sorry for keeping you waiting all that long time. Hello, Bernard.
Hello, Jerry. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. Happy New Year to you.
And the same to you. And I suppose with due deference, you should have said good morning, Mr. Anderson.
Oh, no need for that. No need to be
Well,
formal.
Sorry?
No need to be formal. That's quite all right. Go ahead.
I phoned this morning, Mr. Anderson and Mr. Coy, to, I suppose it started off as a backhanded compliment. A compliment with a jag. I've been listening intently when I have had the opportunity and wondering why I was drawn to your programme. And I finally found out yesterday, it dawned on me. It reminds me of my grandfather until when I used to be a boy of about 11 or 12, when I had to sit and listen and couldn't speak. I'm sure you remember that times.
Yes, I remember those times, yes.
And I listened to the conversations intently.
But that's how people used to... That's how people used to learn. People used to learn, but see, now you're encouraged to join in. And who wants to hear a 4-year-old, 5-year-old?
Why are you interrupting him?
I know I'm interrupting him.
Why, Bernard?
Because it's the last day of the year.
Bernard's in
I'm
full
going back to
flow.
him. It's not as if I'm throwing him out.
Let Bernard speak. Sorry, Bernard.
It's your programme, Mr. Anderson. You speak whenever you like. Don't let Mr. Coyle bother you. All I wanted to say is thank you for the programme. I'm enjoying it when I get a chance to listen to it. And a Happy New Year. And if you could do one thing for me before you cut my call off, could you please get me Mr. O'Donnell's signature and autograph before he leaves the building?
I don't know if he'd care to do that.
Oh, with the greatest of pleasure. I'll do that, certainly.
I could have swore I heard him on there about 15 minutes ago.
Well, Bernard, how are you, Bernard? Bernard, that's very nice of you. And if you just leave your address with Gerry
and a fiver,
I'll
it's a favour now. Oh Lord!
Postal order will be acceptable.
A cup of tea of him.
I've got a photograph of me. Daniel will sign that. Because after all, it is this show. And he can't be signing his own photographs. You don't mind doing that for the gentleman?
Oh, I'll do it with the greatest of pleasure. And a Happy New Year to you, Bernard. God bless
I'm
you.
the same to you, Jerry and Sean. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you, Bernard. Goodbye.
My name is Steve and I'm your riding man. Yes, I am.
C16.
My name is Steve and I'm your walking man.
Or Sickbag Willie, as we prefer to call him. That went on at the end of that. Ken's been in here again, nicking the records and making them short, so that I'll be caught short. This is the start of it.
You said jump, I said hi. Exactly, you want me to jump to. And you said walk, I will walk to the end of the line and back to you. My name's Steve and I'm your walking man. Yes, I am. You say, boy, do you really love me? Well, I ain't got much words to say. Hey, let me write my answer down in the sand by the waves. Hey, my name is Steve and I'm your riding man. Yes, I am. My name's Steve and I'm your walking man. Yes, I am. If you want me to stay, I'll stash my sleeping roll under your bed. That says more than anything in my life I ever said. My name is Steve and I'm your staying man. Yes, I am. My name is Steve and I'm your riding man. Yes, I am. My name is Steve and I'm your walking man. Yes, I am.
That's C6 Steve, of course. That's a song called Walking Man, which is taken from Walking Man, the best of C6 Steve, which was released on November 14th just this year. And that's out at the moment. You know, that's one of the things I'm most proud of.
What?
Promoting C6 Steve.
Yeah, yeah. I'll never forget him seeing him for the first time in McHugh's. Was it McHugh's bar in Belfast? Was it McHugh's?
Close.
Well, no. Was it Elliot's? No, not Elliot's.
Elliot's is a fancy dress shop.
It was. No, don't tell me. Please don't tell me.
I'm not going to tell you.
It's not McHugh. It's Hewitt's. The John Hewitt.
Good man. Took
The
you a while.
John-
but you
I know,
got
but I
there.
got there. John
You got
Hewitt.
there.
See
John
him sitting
Hewitt
there in
bar.
the
Yeah,
John
we were the
Hewitt
first
bar.
to feature him.
It was great.
He was great, wasn't he?
I want to ask you something now before you move on.
Go ahead.
Because I think this is important.
Okay.
Because it's reached. It's something that's now involving me. Now I'm involved in this. You understand?
Okay.
And I want to ask advice from you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been involved in entertainment all your life. No, but you've been in bands, you've been standing on stage, and you've been looking down at a sea of people, and you're the sort of guy that you
Never liked
observed.
it. Never liked
but
it.
you observed people. You looked at people, and you're observing. Right.
Well, I am a qualified anthropologist.
Right. So you
People tend
do-
to forget that.
Yes, you do observe behaviour. Right.
I'm a participant observationalist.
Yes. And this is what I want to ask you.
Yes.
This is what I want to ask
I'm a social anthropologist and indeed a field worker.
Right.
Go ahead.
This has now reached my door, this decision. Do you understand? And I want to ask you.
Okay.
And especially at this time of year, and this weekend that's upon us, New Year, and a lot of people will be out dancing and carrying on and enjoying themselves. This is the question I want to ask you. At what age should a man stop dancing?
Right. I'm glad you asked me that.
Yes.
Because there are different opinions and different views on this.
Yes.
Now, there is a phenomenon called dad dancing, which is known amongst young people. They refer to it as, let's do a bit of dad dancing.
Right.
Dad dancing is when a man who shouldn't be dancing attempts, well, a perfect example is David Brent, The Office.
Yeah.
Remember the dance he did?
Yes.
Man who shouldn't dance, Portly Man. I think it all depends on your lifestyle and indeed your physical well-being. You see, if you've put on any weight at all, don't dance, no matter what. And that's as simple as that. I give you Russell Grant.
Right.
You know, you can't do it. But I would say, as a general rule of thumb, 40 is the turn-off point.
40?
Absolutely.
Right.
40, I'd say. It all depends if you've preserved yourself well and have looked after yourself and, you know, you may reach 50. But
See,
over 50, absolutely not.
I worry about the guy who works in, say, in an office all year round, and then when it comes to New Year's Eve night, he's the guy, he's first out on the floor, and the arms are up in the air, and the tie's loosened, and away, and he's neither shape nor smell. You know what I mean? You know...
Did you realise what you just said there?
Shape nor smell.
Yeah. Shape nor smell.
Shape nor smell.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said something else. I know it's okay.
I cleaned it up.
I know you did. I know what you meant to say, but I thought you'd said it.
No.
It wasn't very uncharacteristic. I was just about to faint
no,
away.
no.
Anyway, no, but see, that's the man, any man who, he bursts into a kind of a frenzied dance during a kind of festive period. It's all the marks of an asshole, and that must be very, very careful. No man should dance, I don't think. You see,
40, 50, you're saying, is the cut-off point, and no, definitely after 50, you shouldn't.
You mentioned, I have to explain something. You mentioned earlier on that I've spent my entire life in kind of show business. Well,
Yes.
in a way, I regret this because I have never liked show business. I've always hated it. See, what always happened was that no matter what I got interested in, it always ended up in show business, but that was never the original reason for it. You see, you're interviewing me again, aren't you?
I know, but I want to talk about dancing.
No, but I want. This is the roundabout way that I have of getting to this.
Should Jackie stop dancing?
Jackie should never have started. Strictly Come Dancing is an abomination in front of the Lord and should be stopped. Anyway, what happened was when I'll just give you a little life story here. I'll make it as short as I can. When I became about 15 I became about 14 or 15. My brother was a jazz trombonist, right? And I wanted to become a saxophone player. And I wanted to become a trombone player first, but my arm was too short.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't reach the B flat down at the bottom. And then I wanted to become a saxophone player, and there was a plastic saxophone in a window of a shop, and I coveted it for a year, but I couldn't buy it. The only thing I could buy was a guitar. It was the only thing I could afford, my parents could afford to help me with, so I got a guitar, so I got interested in guitar. And I locked myself in bedroom, that was about 15. I locked myself in my bedroom for about 2 years and learned everything. And I wasn't interested in pop music because one of my friends, my brother's friend, was a fine guitar player. And I'll name him. His name is Johnny McCallum. He's from Belfast. And he married my cousin. And he was one of the finest guitar players, jazz guitar player. So he took me under his wing and he taught me things. And he taught me chords of old standards and made me listen to records. Not made me, encouraged me to listen to records. So I became very interested in jazz and stuff like that. And I didn't like the Shadows, and people like that. This is before the Beatles. I didn't like pop music. I didn't like it at all. But then I discovered that when I became about 16 or 17, I discovered that you could hear music in dance halls. So I used to go to these dance halls and stand and watch the band. And I never understood it because the thing that really occurred to me was that all the best dancers were all the people I didn't like, and they were show-offs basically, and I didn't like that. Why didn't they just stand and listen to the band like me? So I thought that everybody should be like me. I didn't realise that there was something wrong with me. I used to stand and listen to the band, and then I went home. And then I eventually was interested in music, and then somebody came to my door and said, "Would you like to play in this band?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, do you want to play in this band? I said, okay. So they brought me, and then suddenly I'm on the stage. I hated it. And because they made you move and all, and talk to people. And I didn't like any of that. And my whole life has been like that since. Everything that I've done involved the show business. I've never liked it. Did a TV talk show, hated that. Couldn't be bothered with that. All I want to do is sit here and talk, and listen to music, which is what I do every day. You see, I've revealed too much of myself already.
What has this got to do with a man stopping dancing?
I have no idea.
That was the original question. What age does a man stop dancing?
No,
see, it's all right.
No, what I'm saying is men should never start.
Yeah, but it's all right for girls. I mean, it's all right.
Girls have a fundamental need to dance because they need to show their bits off.
And it doesn't matter.
It's display.
And why
you
is
it? You look at David Attenborough, any of those. You've seen those about the display of the cockatoo and the display of the hummingbird, the display of the bird of paradise. It's just, they're just wearing clothes and they're going, whoopee, bippy, baby. Just saying, what do you think of this?
And that's young girls.
Dancing when a young girl dances, so the men standing around the floor, the young girl is saying, look at me, look at this, look at this, look at this.
But as a girl gets older, I have noticed this.
They don't shake it as much.
No, as a girl gets older, and say she puts on a wee bit of weight, a girl who, and they're
start following Hugo then.
No, they're making their way to the floor.
That's the nearest step to death.
They always put their head down. So as they're approaching the floor, a girl will put her head down.
That's because she realizes she's not the best prime piece of beef that she used to be.
And then she goes on the floor. And girls are already, and then but you know what I hate? I hate the person who goes onto the floor and then is calling other people on. Come on, and then going over and grabbing somebody by the hand. Come on, dance. Come on out.
They're just troublemakers. You see, women were born to dance because they have to show the goods. They have to display the goods. It's like a shop window. And men should only have to dance because they have to. The people who want to dance, the men who enjoy dancing, are the people that you shouldn't trust. Never trust a man who enjoys dancing. I learned that. Because all the years I spent in show bands, observing people dancing, I learned this. Never trust a man who enjoys dancing.
Well, tell me, will you be dancing at the
it's
weekend?
no coincidence. It's no coincidence. If you've ever been... Now, I used to go to... I used to play in dress dances and things like that. What's the worst type of dress dance to see people dancing at? What type of dress dance? What kind of people go? Not rugby clubs. Well, they're worse, but they're worse all the time.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm talking about Christmas. Your Christmas dinner dance, right?
Right.
Right. What's the worst type of dance to go to, dinner dance to play at, to see the most horrible sights?
I don't know, you see.
Anything involving bank managers, accountants, and solicitors.
But they're all going to be out over the weekend.
That's exactly why I'm staying in. They're the people who dance most because they're the people who lead these dull lives. And then they think that it's adventurous to start dancing, and then they do all this kind of accountant dancing, bank manager dancing, and solicitor dancing, which is unacceptable. And they all love, start spreading the news. We're leaving today. That's their favourite song. New York, because they get to kick their feet up in the air.
Yeah.
Pow! Pow!
And they always call for more, don't they? The band.
Always
the band,
more. The band's
more.
going for just get out of here.
So 50, you say, is the cut-off point?
40.
40?
If you have to. Men who don't start are the ones I like. Men who don't dance at all are the only ones with any sense. Men who dance because they have to, because they have a wife who insists on dancing, I excuse that. But there's no excuse at all for a man wanting to dance and dragging people out, which is what you described. There's no need for that. Men are perfectly happy sitting drinking until they get full. Do you know what my idea of a good night is?
No.
I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to sit there with lots of people dancing. I just sit there and I sit and
Watch
drink.
people, you just want to observe.
Watch them.
Yeah.
I'll just sit there and drink until I fall off the chair.
Right.
That's my idea of a great night. And I don't want anybody to talk to me. I'm just so happy just watching people getting full. I mean, is that too much to ask?
Is this the real life?
Is it too much to ask?
Is this just fantasy?
It's just fantasy.
Caught in a landslide?
I don't want to dance.
No escape from reality.
No escape at all.
Open
your
your
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah, open your eyes.
Look up to the sky.
Look at the dancers.
And see.
Assholes. Look at them.
I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy.
Easy come, easy go.
'Cause I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me.
I'm sorry, this is the coup de grace. The last one of the year.
Mama just killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger. Now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun. But now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, oh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. Too late. My time has come. Sends shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, oh. I don't want to die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Galileo, Galileo Figaro. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from his monstrosity. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go, Miss Mala? No, we will not let you go. Let me go, Miss Mala. Let me go. No, we will not let you go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me. So you think you could stone me and spit in my eye? So you think you could love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, don't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get out. Just gotta get out. Right out of here. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. Anyway, the wind blows. Anyway, the wind blows.
Talking about abominations before the Lord, that's William Shatner. That's his version, if I may say. It's Bohemian Rhapsody from his new album, which is indeed a disaster. It's called William Shatner Seeking Major Tom. It's a double album. You should buy it because no home should be without it. A gentleman writes to me and says, Happy New Year to both of you. Thank you for everything. Keep up the good work. Please play Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed because it covers most of the same things as Weekend in Amsterdam, but it's not banned. And he goes on to say wounding things about Gregory Campbell, which I shall pass over. We have found 2 black horses who came to live in the orchard a couple of days ago and show no signs of leaving. If anyone would like to claim them, we're about 8 kilometres east of Falox in France. So any French people listening who have lost 2 black horses, Brian in Ariège has got them. Thank you for another year's excellent entertainment. Best wishes to Sean, Janet, Emma, The Undertone, Ken and yourself. And we must, for the benefit of the young lady who's sitting in today, the young lady from Cusheldun.
Yes.
Please,
would you say happy... No.
Happy Real?
Happy New Year.
Yes.
To a good friend of this programme, Frances Burns.
Frances Burns?
Yes.
Female Frances Burns?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Frances that we met on the bus run, do you remember, in Cookstown?
Oh, yes, the gentleman from the south of Ireland.
Exactly.
Oh, I remember
Very
him,
interested
yes.
in radio.
Is he still listening?
He's listening this morning and he phoned and just to wish you a happy new year.
Good morning, Francis. And a very nice man. He was on our bus run to the Ulster Museum.
A gentleman.
Yeah,
and also a gentleman phones to let you know that Tom Petty's appearing in Cork in June, in the Marquee in Cork in June.
Is he really?
Yes.
I know he's doing some concerts in the O2.
The O2, but he's also in Cork.
Yes, indeed. And I have to say that, hold on a minute, where's this?
And Andy's on one.
Is he indeed?
Yes.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Andy's on one.
Yes.
Paul Casey, I've been featuring Paul Casey very heavily in this programme, his new album, which is brilliant, called Big World. He's playing tonight, if you want to go and see him, in a very, very good band in the City Hotel in Derry, Londonderry tonight. So go along and see Paul Casey if you're doing nothing tonight. Well, if you're doing something, cancel it and go and see that. Support by Mick McCallion. Tonight, City Hotel, Derry, Stoke Londonderry. Paul Casey. What a great album. That's, for my money, that's the album of the year. For my money.
Yeah.
And I mean, of all, the album of the year. I'm not just talking about albums in Northern Ireland or Ireland or Britain. I'm just saying the best one I heard.
I would like you to end the programme with Paul Casey.
Yes.
Have you got Our Planet?
Yeah, will you do me a favour? Yeah. I know I have a copy upstairs, but I know for a fact that the Undertone, where he sits in there, he had a couple of copies in front of his computer, and he's gone now, so you can go and steal one.
Right, okay.
Because he's not here today. Okay. I says, we'll finish with Paul.
Yes.
Yes, because I meant to bring it down and I forgot.
Okay.
You know, my mind isn't what it was.
Oh, sure, I know. I know.
And please wish Stephen Fay from Ballygalget a great birthday for today. Lots of love from all the family. Happy 14th birthday to Dervla from Middletown in County Armagh, who's on her way to Lisburn to celebrate her birthday. Well, you know, that's a good place to celebrate her birthday. Lots of love from Biddy, Mac, Saoirse, Tiernan, Mary, Gus, and all the rest of the family. Happy New Year. Could you please play Penny Arcade, says Sean in Belfast. Not today. Is Sean on time and a half this morning? Are you in time? You're never here on a Friday. You getting time and a half?
What do you think?
No. Have a very happy New Year, Gerry and Sean. Great show, Norman in Belfast and Georgia. Thank you. Tommy Donnelly is 46 years old today. Sorry, Tony Donnelly is 46-year-old today. Please play something funky for the funky dude.
What about Andy?
Good morning, Andy.
Hello, Gerry.
Sorry for keeping you. How are you?
That's okay. Happy New Year to both of you.
Happy New Year to. Thank you very much.
Listen, you were mentioning your esteemed colleague Walter Love earlier.
Walter's a fine gentleman. He's one of my favourite people.
Well, it aroused my curiosity, so I went to look him up on Wikipedia, and there's no entry to him there. So I thought you and Sean might like to campaign to get that rectified, you know.
Walter's not in Wikipedia.
No.
Shame on Wikipedia.
I know.
Wicked Wikipedia.
And me being a good Ballymena one, I'm going to try and get 2 for 1 today.
Right? In what way?
I just wanted to know, had you read Tony McCauley's book, Paperboy?
No, I haven't read it. No.
Well, I think you would really enjoy it. It's very funny.
No, I tried to read it. But I only got like 8 pages. 8 pages.
I read it.
Did you read it?
I read it.
And what did you think of it?
Apparently they've got Chris Christopherson to play the old newsagent.
Well, you see, this is what I can't understand, because I had the author, what's his name, Paul McCauley?
Tony McCauley.
Tony McCauley. He was in here one day,
yes.
and I was asking him about that, and they were supposed to shoot that in August, and I never heard anything about it. I don't know if it's fallen through or not. Well, they were supposed to. Chris Christopherson was supposed to play the newsagent, but I said to myself, how's Chris Christopherson going to do a Belfast accent? But it turned out that he was going to be an American guy who had married a Belfast girl during the war and stayed, that kind of thing. Yeah. And so he was going to use his own accent.
I agree with you, Andy. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I must say it was one of the books that I found I couldn't put down. And
yeah. He came to our book group.
I
signed copies of it, and he was really, really nice. You know, it's nice.
Yeah. He's a really nice guy. Well, yeah. But I can't read books like that.
No, I brought it home. I remember I brought it home one Friday, and just over the weekend, I read it over the weekend, and I thought I would recommend it. It's very good.
Oh, it's just not. Well, I shouldn't be saying this, but it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to be offensive in any way, but I can't read books in the vernacular. People say, "What about you?" All right, hey, I can't do it.
There wasn't a lot of that in it.
There's a lot of it.
No, there's
not.
There's
not. A bunch shouting around.
There's not.
I don't mind a bit of dialogue, but you know, you knew what was coming. You knew what was coming.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's because you don't go out.
I didn't know. No, but I agree with you, Andy. It's so good.
All right, then.
So what? Andy wanted 2 for 1.
He got 2 for 1.
What?
He asked for a request, and then he told us about that. That's 2 for 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you got another one, Andy?
Well, another good book, if you get the chance to read it, is by Christopher Marsh, called A Year in the Province.
The what?
A Year in the Province.
A Year in Provence?
No, A Year in the Province.
What's
That's by the guy who's a history lecturer at Queen's. And it's very funny as well. It's the same kind of thing, you know, pointing up all the
politicians,
inconsistencies in Northern Ireland, you know.
Well, that sounds interesting, yeah.
All so right, are you a member of a book club, Andy? Did you say?
I attend the one in the library in Ballymena.
Oh, yeah.
Good man. Good encouraged reading, yeah.
You see?
All right then, well, it's Happy New Year to you, sir, and thank you for that.
You too, and keep up the good music.
Thank you for the recommendations as to what to read. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Something wrong there.
Doesn't sound healthy. No.
Sorry about
That didn't sound a bit healthy. Yeah.
Just examining this. Look, you've been eating off this again. Have you?
Don't spit on it. I can see. Look, I knew you were going to do that.
It's the only way to fix them.
I can see you winding up.
Right. To fix these things. I'm determined to play this because it's important.
Right.
See, once you spit on them, rub them with your jumper, they seem to be okay. I don't know. I can't recommend that to anyone who's maybe got a gift of a CD. If anything goes wrong with it, don't spit on it and rub it with your jumper. But hey, it works for me. It won't go on now. What's wrong with this stuff?
It doesn't work.
Try that. You say it works. No, no, it doesn't work.
Does it work, did it?
No. There's something intrinsically wrong with that. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'll play something else now in a minute. You see what...
What are you going to play?
I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm looking for something.
What are you going to play, I said?
I don't know what I'm going to play. I can't do anything right today. Oh, there it is. Here's the thing I'm going to play.
What?
This here. But I have to take another thing out before I put that in. Is there any resolutions that you have today?
For the new year?
Yeah, are you going to do it? Seriously, is there anything that you're going to do for the new year?
What? I don't think so. I stopped making New Year's resolutions a long time ago. That's
that sorted then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't make them.
Okay, I understand. That's it. The program's over.
It
yes, I'm going to play Paul Casey. I'm going to go out and that. It's an epic song. It's a wonderful thing. I think it's important that we play this as our last song. It's one of the best songs I've heard for many a long year. I'd like to wish the listeners a very happy new year, and I suppose that you would like to do the same.
I would indeed. Thank you very much. Yes,
and
happy
indeed,
new
we'll
year.
see you all on Monday. We'll be here live as a goat's toe. Goodbye. Happy New Year. Is that over?
Yeah.
Can't be bored of that Happy New Year stuff, can you?
Well, it's all false, isn't it?
Leave that stuff to Hugo. He's good at it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is your mic off?
What? Oh, shit. Yeah, it's good fun, isn't it?
Outside is a big world, where big shots play. Inside a nightmares, they don't go away. Stops for no one, can be yours. From the sun in the desert to the waves on the shore. Inside this little box, so much trying to get out.
kiss of you.